Well, the Arkansas Razorbacks fell 34-31 to the LSU Tigers in Death Valley via a late field goal in the fourth quarter. Another tough loss, but I'll give some quick thoughts. Firstly, I just want to say that I really hate that this has to turn into a moral victory. I know we as Razorback fans are tired of the moral victories, but my biggest takeaway from this game is that we did not play great. We did not play a great football game, and yet we still went on the road in arguably the toughest environment in college football and nearly knocked off a team that many are convinced is one of the best teams in college football. And when I say they didn't play a great game, some of you might ask, what do you mean they didn't play a great game? Obviously, they played a great game because they did what you just said. They hung with one of the best teams in the country. Well, let me explain myself. Yes, I think the Hogs took an important step forward, especially on the offensive side of the football tonight. Even if not especially on the offensive line, they did a great job of getting much more consistent push up front in the run game and creating a clean pocket for KJ, once again, amidst a very hostile crowd against a very tough LSU front. However, the reality is we still had way too many penalties, way too many mental errors, way too many missed opportunities, especially in the red zone. The bright side is that they scored every time they were in the red zone, but they had to settle for field goals 3 out of those 4 times, twice with them having the ball on the Tigers' 1-yard line. If prior to the game you would have given me that knowledge along with the fact that the Hogs would have 11 penalties for 70 yards, I would have assumed the Hogs got blown out and that LSU probably even covered that large 17.5-point spread. Defensively, I thought we would have a bit of a better showing overall, but give LSU their due. They came into this game as one of the most explosive offenses in the country, and they just continued to prove that tonight. But you've got a whole lot of young guys in the secondary going in against a first-round wide receiver like Malik Neighbors and the Heisman candidate quarterback in Jaden Daniels. So once again, you got to tip your cap to the Tigers. But overall, like I said, I don't feel like we played that great of a game. I still feel like there is so much room for improvement for this team. I'll reiterate that I hate that this had to turn into a moral victory, but if there is one, it's that. Objectively speaking, they went toe-to-toe with a team that will likely be ranked inside the top 10 once the AP poll is updated. And I have no doubts that this Razorback team, as they should, will come out of this game feeling like they damn well should have won it. They had this team on the ropes with opportunities to get their foot on their neck if they can punch it in from the 1-yard line. They know they have things to clean up. They know they have things they can and absolutely should continue to improve upon. But the way this game played out, I feel like it kind of reconfirmed what I was already confident about, which is that this team has a lot of talent, but clearly have to be more disciplined and have to execute more consistently in all 3 phases of the game. However, shout out to the special teams. I thought Max Fletcher, Cam Little, and Scott Fountain dialing up that fake were vital parts of the game, and they absolutely did their part. I'll say it one last time. I hate the fact that this had to turn into a moral victory because we weren't able to pull it off. But I do think you have to note that the offense as a whole, minus the procedural penalties, did take a step forward tonight. The defense got tested, and while I do think they'll continue to grow and continue to improve, like I noted, very young in the secondary. I mean, there was one play in the game where a true freshman, Jalen Braxton, went toe-to-toe on some great coverage with, like I noted earlier, a first-round receiver in Malik Neighbors. I still think there's a lot of potential, a lot of talent on this defense, but they got exposed, obviously, a little bit against a very talented LSU offense. Overall, I come away feeling like the need to improve was clearly on display, but so was the ability to improve as well. This team absolutely has the talent and potential to go get A&M next week and get back on track. But we'll save that discussion for another day. I think that's all for now, guys. As always, thank y'all for all the love and support. I pray y'all have a blessed evening and a peaceful night's rest. Do not go to bed angry. Do not give the devil a foothold. Choose love, choose peace, and of course, go Hogs!